Rad. This is, I mean, you know who it is. It's the man. Formerly known as Helium. Now goes by his his government name, you know. He decided to make the change and use this name as the artist. I actually like that. I like that move. I think that's dope. Petr. I think you say Petr. Somebody told me that's how you pronounce Petr. I think you say Petr. Because I was out here saying Pietro or stuff like that. I was calling Pietro, but no. Petr. I think that's how you say it. Sarancha. Hey, forgive my, Western and limited knowledge brain. But let's get it. Like, support the original. Let's see what you've been cooking, sir. Huh? Mr. Giga Chat. You think I forgot? Giga Chat right here on the screen. Let's get it. Synthesizer. Holy shit. Reload. Okay. What the hell is going on? All right. So I mean that's a good comment to say about about this beatbox track. What the hell is going on? Of course I understand what's happening. Come on now. You're dealing with a professional here. No. I'm dealing with a professional on my screen. He's a professional. I'm just capable of understanding what he's doing somewhat. Yeah, I'm gonna run it back and talk about what he did or what I think he did with my limited knowledge. Now, I'm actually going to talk more about the sound engineering on this one, the mixing, specifically the mixing, because there is some impressive stuff going on here. Now, first and foremost, I got my Vage, I don't know how to pronounce I'm not pronounced this shit. My bad, dog. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but that's the name. That's the sound engineer. I was like, did Taras do this? Because it sounds a bit different. It sounds like experimental a little bit, this style. But he sounded like that with a trap door boom, which I don't know if that's the same sound engineer as this one, but that one it sounded like he was going his own way instead of following in the footsteps of the other ones who are doing it. Like it sounds like Helium, Petr is doing his own thing in a way, and it works. It really works. The synth said that sound that, and then he's kind of almost climbing the ladder. You know, this is the thing that beatboxers do with the vocal stuff, because singers, well, unless you're doing like compressed vocals, and singing from more, using compression in the throat region, you usually sing from your diaphragm. You sing from your stomach, basically. Like it comes from here. The thing with beatboxers is, because certain techniques require you to practice in that way, like a throat bass or whatever it is you're doing, right? Like the vocal fry. I think anybody can do this. That stuff, it's all above the neck, right? Well, around the neck, throat. The thing is, a lot of beatboxers sing from here when they should be singing from here. So that's kind of a downside you get when you hear beatboxers on stage doing their thing. A lot of them are singing from here when you should kind of combine it. Of course, when you're doing head voice, it's head voice. That's why it's called head voice, right? But there's this interesting thing that beatboxers do. Is like a river, for example, or a Gene Shinozaki, for example, right? Like these vocal, strong on the vocals. It's almost yodeling, but it's like abruptly cutting off the note and switching to the next one. Shogo does this too, like they do that with singing and all types of techniques, this and that. And there's something like that going on here, where he's just abruptly switching from the way to bring out the notes. Is it, nasally with a synth? So, however he does it, it's something like that, but I don't know how to do it, man. But that it creates this damn near yodeling effect, and on top of that, you have this really crispy sound engineering going on, where I think the most important thing when doing sound engineering for beatboxing is the equalizer. Because so the people who don't know what an equalizer is, it's basically a graph. It's flat. If you don't have an equalizer, that shit is flat. You have your lows, your mids, and your highs, right? At certain sounds, percussion, you want to get around the lower range and just start tweaking and get certain. You want to hear where the is coming out with the levels, and you want to just up that a little bit to make that kick more impactful. And then you want to either reduce or keep the highs, and reduce or keep the lows. Depends on what you're doing. If you're doing a lip roll bass for sub effect, you're going to keep the lows, and you want to emphasize that. There's a lot of that stuff in there, but that's important. Getting your spit snare or your really sharp is really important. To just, you work around, you play with the equalizers and see where it needs to be, and then you do that. So I'm curious to see how let me turn this silent, how the equalizer, or how whatever they use, Logic Pro, Ableton, whatever DAW they use, Digital Audio Workstation, whatever they use to do the mixing and mastering or recording, how it looks like. Because I bet it looks like a coloring book, bro, where you got like all these tracks, or maybe it's a one track and then you cut it and then separate certain sounds to create, because certain things have a lot of reverb. Like in between, before the next 4/4, you'll have like a lot of reverb going on, or a tape delay echo situation, and certain sounds like that. There's a lip roll here where I think the equalization was not where it was supposed to be, if we're looking at standard ways of working, but it was lower so that it sounded more hollow intentionally. There's a lot to talk about. By the way, what is it with this new YouTube shit? Look at this. It's all like bubbles and stuff. I just saw this shit. That sounds crazy. That's a hollow whistle. What is that? It's like a hollow whistle with a. It's nice. That's fun. Ooh. Yeah, I know mine sounds like ass. I'm learning, man. No, I never said I was a professional. Come on now. I'm trying this. I want to learn too. I like watching this because it makes me like I'm like a student and he's the professor. I know it looks ridiculous. I don't give a fuck. Oh shit. That's nasty. I like the control in the. I like that clopping little combo you got there. How did you do that? No, it's not that. It's just faster. That's nice. Like that right there. That's like damn near phasing filter or something going on there. Like a really fast echo tape delay. That and it cuts. It's like phasing or whatever. So that's more tight on the lip roll to create that. Almost sounds like an engine revving. Like a motorcycle. Ooh, the kick implemented in the third one was nice. There's a kick in the third one. My bad, I missed it. Damn, on the third lip roll? No, how did he do that? Very good sound engineering. Damn near like introducing the sound, like it's like a brass trumpet sound he's doing with lip. It's called lip bass with oscillation, right? Vocalized lip bass. But then it almost introduces it before he even does it. With if you pay attention to it, you hear it? It comes in before. Nice reverb. Nice control, pitching. Yeah, pitching the lip rolls. Nice. So this is what I'm talking about, where I think with the equalizer, they intentionally made made it lower. So instead of focusing on where it would sound the crispiest or the cleanest on the equalizer, I think they put it before that, so it focuses more on the lower section of it. So if this was the curve, it would be here. They focus this part before the curve starts, I think, to emphasize, to make it sound more hollow, intentional, which is smart. It's interesting. You get that low, or this dude's, you know what I'm saying, his lip rolls are just that deep. Could be, but I think it's with sound engineering too. That's so clean. I wanted to say this before, actually, around the first listen. I didn't say it because I wanted to let it play. This sounds like something Fred Again would do. Like it's a set that Fred Again would do. It sounds like something Fred. You guys know Fred Again? Or what's his? Or Ash. ASA. She's this famous DJ producer, and he does it live on a spot, usually at a beach somewhere, or he's in Egypt or something. And this sounds like something that he would produce. It sounds really good. these little filters, these little effects like that, extending it in the background longer than it is there. That, however he did it, maybe that's what he did. But it's got like this tape delay / echo. Echo is a simpler, people understand echo more. But there's literally a filter called tape delay which can do that, which can make it, keep it rolling. Also want to point out, people might think, okay, hold up. How do I explain this? It's not easy. What he's doing is not easy. This is like top level stuff. This is extremely difficult to do. But I think people think it's easier than it actually is. And I don't think people think it's easy. I think people think it's hard, but it's harder than you think it is. If you don't know anything about beatboxing, this is harder than you think it is. And I know you think it's hard because you can't do it. Shit, I can't do it. It's harder because it's the timing. His timing is flawless. But on top of that, it's the complexity. It sounds simplistic, but that's the thing. That's kind of the illusion that a beat can give you, because it's such a predictable pattern. But that's the genre, like this house, EDM style, deep house or whatever. But the things he's throwing in between, and when he's throwing them, like the quarter of a, like in the 4/4 segment, like the timing when he's introducing certain sounds and he keeps that structure, that pattern. This is really complex when you think about it. The combo, basically, what you call it. It's quite complex. That's fire. This is beautiful. This is beautiful to listen to. This sounds like it sounds like something you would hear at a club, and they'd play it, and you would. I'm out here trying to share the link to you guys. I think I'm still live streaming. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And it sounds like something a DJ would play at the club, and you would have no idea it's beatbox. So. See, these projects, these original pieces that they're bringing out, these ain't covers. This is their original work. This is fucking 10 out of 10. When you listen to what he's doing, the skill it takes to do that, combine it with the magic juice of sound engineering, of having a professional behind, the computer with the software, the DAW to just make it, to polish it. You know what I'm saying? You got a beautiful piece of work and you polish it, and it just makes it so much better, because sound engineering, this is a misconception, man. Sound engineering will amplify what is already there. It will just make it sound even better, but it needs to be something there. The raw footage needs to be good. Like, it needs to be skilled. Like, and that's what it is, brother. This guy is one of the best in the world. He makes it in the GBB very frequently and enters the battles too. You have to realize the GBB Grand Beatbox Battle, that's world championship. That is top, not even 1%. That is top 0.1% or even 0.01% of beatboxers in the world. That is literally the best of the world, worldwide. He is one of the best beatboxers ever. That's just a fact, because he made it in. You know how hard it is to get into a GBB? You know what I'm saying? So the sound engineering is 10 out of 10. It's fantastic to listen to. It's quality, it's sound. If you don't know anything about beatboxing and so somebody plays this for you, you're like, who is this artist? Who is this producer, this DJ? When it's a beatboxer. But it's in combination with sound engineering. I think there's a misconception with people who think that it's not okay, or who state that it's not okay to use a sound engineer with beatboxing. What are you talking about? Like, what, you think Beyonce doesn't have a sound engineer? You think Billie Eilish doesn't have a sound engineer? You think Eminem doesn't have a sound engineer? They do. You think they don't have equalizer, compressor, limiter, de-esser, whatever else, reverb? You think they don't use that on their vocals? Yes, they do. Guess what? A guitar also has reverb. There's distortion filters on guitars to get to, why do you think electric guitar sounds so? Because of reverb, distortion, things like that. And you have those things like built on your guitars, you have those knobs and things you can, but a lot of stuff, almost every piece of music in the world has sound engineering. You have to. You cannot put out a piece of raw, unmixed or unmastered, song, because it'll sound like ass. So I don't understand this hate or negativity or, this weird ass, people say it's criticism. Nah, bro, you just don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Towards this, let the man make his music. Let them make their music. I'm gonna just sit here and listen to it, and I'll tell you what it is. And it's fire, whether you like it or not. It's subjective. I like it, but you have to admit this is fucking music. So yeah.